All right, the Underground Railroad is one of the most popular and probably one of the most intense programs on Amazon Prime right now. It's a 10-episode series by highly acclaimed director Barry Jenkins, and it tells the survival story of an enslaved black woman who runs away from her Georgia plantation and the slave catchers trying to track her down. And one of those slave catchers is portrayed by actor Kraig Dane. He joins us live from right here in Atlanta this morning to talk about this really dark but still inspiring series. Good morning to you, Kraig.
Good morning to you, Portia. Thank you so much for having me. I just want to take a quick moment to wish my mom a happy 65th birthday to you. Thank you so much for everything that you have done for me.
Oh, I bet she is smiling right now and probably really moved by the role that you're playing in this series. It's just incredible. Now, for viewers who have not seen the Underground Railroad, tell us about this.
So the Underground Railroad is based on a Colson Whitehead book by the same title. It follows the story of Cora, played by Tuso Mbadu, who is a revelation. Just a delight to work with. This woman is fierce beyond all measure, and she plays this character beautifully.
Yeah, she does.
It follows her from a plantation where she tries to flee north on the Underground Railroad, which in this storyline is an actual railroad that she's able to ride. And then you have Arnold Ridgway, played by Joel Edgerton, who is a phenomenal man to just watch and observe. And his little sidekick, Chase W. Dillon, who plays Homer. And then myself comes along as Ridgway's other sidekick, Bozeman.
Yeah,
and we go track Cora down.
And that's the real twist in this, is that there's literally an underground railroad, a train system, which is obviously which comes from the book, and Barry Jenkins sort of bringing this image to life. Your character, Bozeman, this is you're playing and portraying a slave catcher. This is intense stuff here. Tell us about your character and sort of the transformation that he has in this series.
So transformation might be a little light on it because he is very much he has one thing on his mind, and that's to go catch this woman by all means necessary. Not exactly the most friendly individual. There were certain aspects that were left out of the show that were in the book where this guy is rough. Mm-hmm. But it was a pleasure to play him because I got to work with these three individuals, and then Barry Jenkins, who he could whisper in somebody's ear just a little direction, and you could just run with it. And he made it so easy to just fall into character.
Yeah, and I know this series was shot last year during a time when really the country was divided over a lot of emotions over police brutality, the murder of George Floyd. You guys were shooting in the middle of this, actually had a therapist on the set. What was it like shooting something so intense during such challenging times with such a diverse cast?
You could definitely feel the heaviness of the things that we were shooting. Some of the scenes are just so intense, and like you said, everything that was going on just kind of amplified that. So the therapist being on set, that if you needed to go talk to them or that individual and just come out of it, bring you back to reality that everything's okay. They took care of us so well in that regard in terms of mental health. That way everybody knew that, hey, we're doing this for the right reasons.
Yeah, Kraig Dane, it sounds like this was a really intense experience that's led to a really incredible experience watching the Underground Railroad. But quickly before we go, I know you're here in Atlanta. Are you working on any new projects here?
Well, I can't say right now what I'm working on, but I do have Leverage Redemption coming out July 9th. That'll be on IMDb TV, which is another affiliate of Amazon as well.
All right. Well, thank you for sharing your experience and speaking so candidly about what this was like with the Underground Railroad. And we want to thank Amazon Prime for coordinating this interview. You can watch the Underground Railroad right now on Amazon Prime. Natalie?